Arthur is now in a coma. After a while, when he regained consciousness and woke up, he realized that he was trapped in a room. A little confused and scared, Arthur started to look around. A red light that lit up the room to some extent can be seen. The atmosphere in the room was damp and cold, and it seemed difficult to breathe. Arthur decided to look for an escape route to return home. He began to look around. There were paintings on some of the walls. Suddenly, a terrifying sound that was deafening filled the whole place. Arthur looked everywhere but did not see anyone. He was very scared. He quickly ran and took refuge in the corner of the room to at least make sure there is no danger behind him. At this moment, the sound of evil laughter could be heard. But as Arthur looked around, he did not see anyone. At this moment, a voice said, "You're not my first hunt, you will not be my last." Then a sound like the sound of a horse walking was heard. After a few moments, the sound stopped. At this moment, a blinding red light filled the entire room. Arthur could not understand what was happening. He was staring at the red light. A few moments passed and the red light started to fade, as if someone is standing behind the red light source. As the intensity of the light decreased, the whole room became dark. In that absolute darkness, two luminous red buttons remained suspended in the air. Arthur's heartbeat was so high that he could clearly hear the boom boom of his own heart. Suddenly, there was a clapping sound, and again a very weak red light was lit in the room. Arthur could not believe what he saw with his eyes, whether it was real or an illusion. The creature standing in front of Arthur had two legs, but its legs were not human-like but horse-like. His hands resembled a monkey. His face resembled a human. His eyes resembled a cat, and he had two evil horns on top of his head that stood out. The evil creature had long white hair and a tall and thin body. Arthur, who had seen him, was even more scared and felt that something was stuck in his throat. At this moment, this legendary creature said, "I want to communicate with the world of the dead and uncover the mystery of the ancestors of this farm, because there is a hidden secret in this farm, and the only way to discover it is to make an elixir from the blood of the people of this farm to enable me to talk to the spirits of the past and reveal the hidden truth in this farm. I think the blood that flows in your body can help me in this way. You have to stay in this room for 24 hours so that the dark powers prepare you to extract the elixir." After saying these words, the scary demon went into hiding again in a moment. Arthur, who was very frightened, took a deep breath and tried to calm himself down to find a way to escape from this bloodthirsty demon. Because Arthur is a smart and brave cat who will overcome difficult situations. Arthur began to search the room. He looked carefully at all the walls to find openings to escape. He has only a couple of hours to escape from this closed room in this black hut to avoid the danger of being sacrificed to produce a special elixir. The only thing found in the room is some hacked paintings on the wall. Some of these paintings seem to be connected in a strange way, and as if it was conveying a warning to the viewer of the painting. The painting was like this. With the first part of the painting, a large cage was drawn in which many animals, including dogs, cats, insects, reptiles, etc., were seen. The second part of the painting chain, a demonic animal was drawn which was carrying one of those creatures with it, as if it was taking somewhere else. In the third episode, the captured animal was hanging over a large cauldron and appeared to be bleeding. In the fourth episode, it seemed that the evil beast was turning the animal's blood into something else and kept in a jar. After seeing these paintings, author realized that the devil's words were true, and if he does not escape from this room, he will face a scary and painful experience. He went a little further and saw a painting, but this painting contained a message that might help him escape from this terrible moment and bring him back home. What author saw was this. A square that was like a wall, and a number of lines and shapes were drawn on it. And an animal was standing in front of the wall and looking at the lines and figures. In the next part of this painting, the mentioned animal was standing in front of a secret door and placing a piece of stone on the door. In the third and last section, the door was open and the animal was happy. It was here that author realized that he had to look for the password among all these paintings. Author began to look at all the paintings on the wall. All of them were chains of paintings that might reveal the key to the secret door. At first glance, all the paintings looked the same. Author was confused, and the fear of the dark destiny disturbed his concentration. He took a deep breath to calm down. He looked carefully at the walls again, and while searching to find a different painting, the corner of the wall seemed to have become dirty. It caught author's attention. He quickly ran to that corner and noticed that there was a thin layer of dry dirt on the wall. He started scratching the wall to see if the painting was hidden under the dirt. Finally, with a lot of effort, he managed to remove the soil. What he saw was an unusual painting that was as follows. A dark and scary cemetery full of standing crosses. Some of them were short and others were tall. Some of them were old, broken, and incomplete, and some of them looked new and newly installed. But one of the new crosses was different from the others. Although it was new, the piece above the base was broken and incomplete, and the number 11,111 was hacked in the middle. At this moment, Otho began to think, and after a few minutes, he began to find the hidden door. He looked around for a sign. He saw some rubbles on his opposite side, and remembered that in one of the paintings, the animal in the painting was placing a stone on the hidden door. He quickly ran to the rocks. But has Arthur found the key to the secret door? Will he be able to find out the secret of the painting? Tell me about your ideas and write them as a comment. Also, stay tuned for the next episode. Take care.